Have you ever thought of the importance of learning about memes to be able to understand about a culture? In this video, I'm going to explain some of the memes that you've probably seen that are around social media if you are living in Mexico, if you are staying in Mexico for a long time, but you don't really understand what's going on. I'm going to tell you a little bit of my Mexican culture behind them, and if you have any questions, if you want me to explain more memes, just let me know in the comments and I will gladly discuss them with you. So let's begin. Damita Godines que se respeta organiza su quincena. And then you see a lot of bills with post-its. The first one, Godines, the stereotype of an overworked, underpaid office worker in Mexico. Especially one of those who works from 9 to 5 p.m. in a routine. It's not a bad word. Its origin comes from a series called El Chavo del Ocho. You probably know about it. It's very popular between Latin American countries, actually.
¿Usted qué está hablando, chavo?
No, nada, yo estoy hablando de otro cucho.
When I went to Colombia for the first time 12 years ago, I remember that they were so excited. The thing that they would always ask was, do you like El Chavo del Ocho? In Colombia, they even have restaurants about this popular series, El Chavo del Ocho, and they are very fancy restaurants. I was very surprised because here in Mexico, it's not a thing anymore. It used to be when I was a child. I remember that I used to watch this series, but not now. I wouldn't be surprised and if this is popular in another Latin American countries. If you're watching from another Latin American country, just let me know in the comments. It would be interesting to know. One character there in this series, El Chavo del Ocho, was called Godines. This character was portrayed as being a lazy person, irresponsible. You make the relation. I'm just saying where the word comes from. Damita, lady, Godines, que se respeta, organiza su quincena. In quincena, in Mexico, workers are commonly paid every 2 weeks. If you see the banks, if you want to withdraw money on the 15th or on the 30th of each month, you'll see that there will be a long line in Mexico because they are withdrawing their money. This phrase in English means a respectable lady organizes her paycheck. This is a funny one. It says, ¿no que solo querías ir a caminar al parque? And there's boo for the movie Monsters with Mexican snacks, mostly. I can see elotes, I think it's something mango with chili, which is very popular here. ¿No que solo querías ir a caminar al parque? I thought you only wanted to go for a walk. Usually, commonly, on the streets in Mexico, you'll see a lot of street stalls that are selling elotes, corn, esquites, fruit with chili, ice creams. So it's easy to buy something because everything is so tasty and delicious. I thought you only wanted to go for a walk, but instead of that, you just went out to eat. I opened a new monthly membership for those who want to practice their Spanish, or probably you know some Spanish, you know the basics. Probably you want to visit or live in Mexico, or you are living in Mexico, but you are scared of speaking because people here speak so fast. You are just looking a safe environment to practice your Spanish. In this monthly membership, you'll be able to have a weekly conversation group with me and other teachers as well. It's always going to be about your experience, so you can talk, you can share your experience, you can meet more people, and you can also learn more vocabulary. This monthly membership includes also tips for 30-minute private sessions per month. You can bring your coffee, your beer if you want. I'm very sure you're going to enjoy it. I already have some members of this amazing membership. Try it. You can also pay for one session to see if you like it. So see you there. Let's continue with the next meme. Look at the image. And it says, when todos andan muriendo de frío, but tienes tu cobija de tigre. When everyone is freezing to death and you have your tiger blanket. This doesn't make any sense at all if you don't have the background, I know. It's all about the tiger blanket. If you've been in Mexico in winter, you probably know that it's not common in Mexico to have a heater in winter. I mean, I'm not saying they don't exist or that people don't use it, but it's not common. Instead of that, people use jackets inside the house or blankets if you are really, really cold. Why? Almost all Mexico tends to be hot the majority of the time. Only in winter tends to be cold, probably 0 Celsius degrees, which is how much is in Fahrenheit? 32 in Fahrenheit? Help me, and let me know in the comments. A Mexican home is common to have a tiger blanket. If you are Mexican watching this video, let me know in the comments. It would be nice to know if you have it too. I'm pretty sure that you know what I'm talking about. And this has a story. Every town in Mexico has a fair, una feria, the fair that people organize in the middle of the towns. It's quite common nowadays as well. I remember that when I was a child, there was a stall where the man only sold blankets. They commonly had the tiger blankets, but they also had more animal blankets. Those blankets are very, very hot. You aren't cold with those blankets. And I remember that in that fair, it was a show. It was a show because the man was selling the blankets and he was shouting, he was saying, te vendo una, no te gusta, te vendo dos, regrésamela la de tigre, te la paso. I'm not an expert, but I remember that all the ladies were just in front of the stall. It was the most popular stall, by the way, because he was doing a show with only with the blankets, and in that way he would sell a lot of blankets. It was a business, a real and a good business at that time. Imagine nowadays, it's common to see in every Mexican house an animal blanket. And now that I explained that, now maybe you can understand why here the meme says, when everyone is freezing to death and you have your tiger blanket. That's it for today. I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you very much for my patrons who are being very, very patient with me. And I hope you enjoyed this video. If you enjoyed this video, let me know in the comments what you enjoyed the most. And let me know what would you like me to do in the next video. See you soon. Adios.